Hey, welcome everyone. We're going to do 7-6 practice and problem solving. Here we go. Find the surface area of the prism. This is a triangular prism, and we have a triangle here and a congruent triangle on the other side, which makes it a prism, and three lateral faces coming down. So have your math notebook out and calculator. Let's go. I'm going to do the triangle first. Area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. We have two of those triangles. So the base is 3 times the height is 4 divided by 2. That equals 6. We have another one that equals 6. Now we have this lateral face here, which is 8 by 5. 8 times 5 is 40. And then we have this bottom face, which is 3 by 8. 3 times 8, that's 24. And then this back face, follow my cursor, 4 times 8. 4 times 8, that's 32. Now we add all those up, and that's the surface area. It would be in centimeters squared. I don't mind if you use a calculator, so go ahead. Use a calculator for you. We have 6 plus 40 plus 24 plus 32, and that's 108. So the answer here is 108 centimeters squared. And of course, your assignment has different numbers, not the same as mine. So follow the same steps as I did to figure out this surface area. All right, I want to go over the birdhouse question. So the birdhouse question is coming up, but I figure I'll do the rest of these just to make this a complete lesson. Here we go. Find the surface area, and we're given the length, width, and height. Now, if this were volume, we would do length times width times height, but it's not volume. We are finding the surface area. Now, let's look at the front face. The front face is, and follow my cursor, 12 times 18. We have two faces that are 12 times 18. So we have 12 times 18 times two of those, because that is the front face, and the back face is also 12 by 18 if you're following my cursor there. Now the side face is 8 by 18, and we have another side face that's 8 by 18. So we have 8 times 18, and then we have two of those, two sides times 2. Okay, and now we have the bottom and top. So the bottom is 12 by 8. The top is also 12 by 8. So we have two of those, 12 by 8s, and we have two of those. All right, let's figure that out together. $432 for this one. $288 for that. $192 for this one. And now we're going to add these all up to find the total. I got 912 when you add them all up. 912 yards squared. 912 square yards. Here we go. Okay, let's see if that works. See what number 3 gives us. All right, we're wrapping paper. Wrapping paper is a good indicator of surface area. You want to wrap a gift shaped like a regular triangular prism. The word regular is really important here because regular means all sides of this triangle are equal. 4, 4, and 4, like an equilateral triangle. How many square inches of wrapping paper do you need to completely cover the prism? So this is surface area, and wrapping paper always overlaps. So this would be the minimum amount of wrapping paper you would need to cover it. So let's find the area of both these triangles. 4 times 3.5 divided by 2, and then times 2. Now, a little hack here is to just not divide by 2 and times 2. Really, 4 times 3.5 would get the total of both this, well, I'm pointing, you can't see that, both this triangle and this triangle, and that is 14. So this 14 I'm going to write down indicates both triangles, and that's just a little tip or trick. I love you too, Hudson. A little tip or trick to go really fast. Hey, Hudson, I'm filming a video right now. Okay, but I'm doing this right now. So here we have the lateral faces are 5 by 4. 5 by 4 is 20. So we have 3 lateral faces that are 20. So 20 times 3 equal faces, that equals 60. So now we have 60 plus 14. 60 plus 14 is 74 square inches. Hope that helps. There, bye, Hudson. Thank you, Amy. It's my wife's birthday today. All right, let's move on to number 4, trying to get to that birdhouse question. And here we go. We are at the birdhouse question that we had a request to do. Erica wants to build a birdhouse. Erica wants to build a birdhouse shown. She bought 26 inches by 47 inches sheet of plywood. Does Erica have enough wood to make the birdhouse? Explain. So I'm first going to see what the total amount of square inches of wood we have. 26 times 47. Let me just figure that out real quick and have that established. 26 times 47. We'll go back to this later. This is not the answer. This is just how many square inches of wood that Erica has to deal with. Okay, now, in order to find the area of this birdhouse, we're going to find the area of all the faces, all 6 faces, subtract out the circle, and add them up. So find the area of the base and the sides. So the base is, can you guys see that that's 4 times 4? So the base is 16. For my example, I know you have different numbers. The side is 4 times 10, and then we have 2 of those. Okay, so that's the first step. And now this is showing, find the total area. Okay. I can see why this one's a confusing one for you. 2 times, now remember we had 2 of these faces. 2 times 16, I think they want. So 2 times 16. And now they have a 4 by 10 here, and this is also a 4 by 10 here. You see that? 4 by 10. So we have 4 of those. We have 4 40s, guys. We have 4 40s. And 2 times 16 equals 32. And 4 times 40 equals 160. And 32 plus 160 is 192. Okay, just in case you did not understand what just happened here, we found the area of the base, which we have 2 of. 4. 4 times 4 is 16, and then the top is also 16. So we have 2 of those. So that explains what this is, 2 times 16. And then the side is 4 times 10, that's 40. And then we had 4 of those. See, here's 4 times 10. This side over here is 4 times 10, and the back is also 4 times 10. So that explains the 4 times 40. And then 2 times 16, that's 32. And 4 times 40, that's 160. And then you just add those up. Now, what is this? 26 by 47. That's what we did right there. You see that, guys? So that is 100 or 1,222 inches squared. And we have that. Are there more parts? Oh my goodness, the hits just keep coming. Does Erica have enough wood to make the birdhouse? Explain. So the birdhouse takes 192 inches squared. And we have plenty of wood to make it, don't we? Does Erica have enough wood to make the birdhouse? Explain. So yes, the surface area of the birdhouse is, this is a great way to explain questions. Because you compare with like an inequality, like a greater than or less than symbol. Okay, the birdhouse is 192 inches squared, and she has plenty of wood, 1,222 inches squared of wood. right, we finished, almost finished it. Almost. We almost finished it. Erica decides to paint the birdhouse. She has a pint of paint that covers 44.5 feet squared of surface. How can you tell that Erica has enough paint without calculating? Well, wait a minute. Don't we have to cover 192 square inches? Oh, and this is feet squared. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So if that covers 44.5 square feet, and we have 192 square inches, well, square feet are much larger than square inches. So I would surmise that we do have enough. So Erica only needs to cover 192 inches squared of surface, which is much less than 1.3 feet squared. Let's see if that works. Whoa, okay. Now, read this here. 144 inches squared equals 1 foot squared. All right. So what we're going to do is 144 inches squared equals 1 foot squared. And the reasoning is with that, if this is a square foot, so this is a square foot, 1 by 1, right? And a square foot is equal to, that's 1 inch. No, that's 1 foot by 1 foot, which is also equal to 12 inches by 12 inches. So 12 inches times 12 inches is 144. So 1 foot squared equals 144 inches squared. So that is important. That is important. All right. So we're going to take 44.5. And we're going to find out how many inches squared that is. 44.5 divided by 144. No, we're not doing. We're going to go 44.5 times 144 equals 6,408 inches squared. 6,408 is what I got. So Erica only needs to cover 192 inches of surface, which is what's greater than? I'm a little confused on this too. Erica needs to paint that. She has a pint of paint that covers 44.5 feet squared, which seems like that's plenty amount of paint. How can you tell if Erica has enough paint without calculating? So Erica only needs 192 inches squared of surface, which is much less than, I don't know why this is not working, which is close to, okay, all right, okay, I have figured it out. I'm thinking 192 inches squared is a lot less than 44.5 feet squared, because 44.5 feet squared is 6,408 inches squared. But they now changed the number, and this is where I made a mistake, to 1.3 feet squared. They now changed that number to that. So that is why what I should have done, 1.3 feet squared is, I bet, pretty close to that. Let me see. 192 divided by 144 is, 1.33. So that is what they did. So I'm going to do the question again for you, because I can totally see how someone would get confused on this one. All right, so this next one says 30 by 44. So I'm going to figure out what 30 by 44 is. 30 times 44 equals how much total wood do we have? Let's see. 30 times 44 is 1,320 inches squared. Okay. The bottom base because if you look here, we have a 7x7, which is also on top. So that's 49. And each one of these sides is 7x12. And 7 times 12 is 84. And then we have 2 times the 49. And we have 4 times the 84. And 2 times 49 is 98. And 4 times 84 is 336. So 98 plus 336 is 434. 434. Okay, good. And 30 times 44 was 1,320. Does Sarah have enough wood to make the birdhouse? Explain. So, let's see. Yes. Yes. The surface area of the birdhouse is only 434. 434 inches squared. And she has 1,320 square inches of wood. All right, now for the one that we got confused on. Sarah decides to paint the birdhouse. She has a pint of paint that covers 43.5 feet squared of surface. How can you tell that Sarah has enough paint without calculating? Sarah only needs to cover 400, what did we say, 434? 434 inches squared of surface, which is, now look, here's what they did. The 43.5 to the 3 foot squared. Okay, so 434 divided by 144, because there's 144 square inches. There's 144 square inches in 1 foot squared equals this right here, 3.013888889 when rounded off. So that's close to 3 foot squared. All right. Hooey, if you were stuck on this one, I don't blame you. That's a hard one. They throw these in every so often, don't they? All right. Well, we got it. And hopefully you can learn from my mistake I made there. Here we have another birdhouse question. Sarah wants to build a birdhouse as shown. She bought a 26 by 46 inch sheet of plywood. Does she have enough for the birdhouse? So we have the 7x7, which is 49, the 7x9, which is 63. We're going to fly through this now. And then the 49, we have 2 of those. So we have 2 49s. And we have 7x9. We have 4 of those. We have 4 7x9s. So 63. And 98, see, 2 times 49 is 98, and 4 times 63 is 252. And 98 plus 252 is 350. There we go. And now 26 times 46. 26 times 46 is 1,196. Again, try again. 1,196. There we go there. Okay, now for the question we all love. Does she have enough wood? Yeah. She only needs this much, and she has that much. So, yeah. Yes, she has enough wood. Yes, the surface area of the birdhouse is only 350 inches squared, and she has 1,196 inches squared of wood. Amy, hold on, I'm doing this. Sarah decides to paint the birdhouse. She has a pint of paint that covers 33.5 feet squared of surface. How can you tell that Sarah has enough paint without calculating? So let's remember, she only needs to cover 350 inches squared of surface, which is, now I bet you anything, when we do 350 divided by 144, because there's 144 square inches in 1 square foot, 350 divided by 144 is 2.43. So that is very close to 2.4. All right, let's move on. We did the birdhouse question. That was a doozy. So here's the formula for the surface area of a rectangular prism. 2 times the length times the width, plus 2 times the width times the height, plus 2 times the length times the height. And let's go ahead and plug in the length, width, and height that we have there into this formula. Substitute the numbers in. So we have 2 times the length is, let me point to it, 2.1. 2.1 times the width. So 2 times the length times the width. The width is, I'll make this larger so you can see what I'm writing. 2 times the width times the, wait, did I do the width? The width is 1.06. And now 2 times the width times the height. So plus 2 times the width. See, personally, this is my opinion. I like to split it up so I don't get all messed up. So let's just find that first. That part is right here in your formula. Okay, now I'm going to write this part down. 2 times the width. The width is 1.06 times the height. The height is 5 equals that. And then we have 2 times the length times the height. So 2 times the length was 2.1 times the height is 5. All right, now we're going to calculate all those and add them up, and we should be in good shape. Here we go. All right, so we have 2 times 2.1 plus, no, 2 times 2.1 times 1.06 is 4 and 452 thousandths. Now we'll do the next part, which is 2 times 1.06 times 5 is 10.6. And next we have 2 times 2.1 times 5, and that's 21. And we add all those up. 4.452 plus 10.6 plus 21. And we have 36. So my answer was 36 and 52 thousandths. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So let's see if that's right. 36 and 52 thousandths. Ooh. Goody. We got it. So now let's go to 7. Callie wants to wrap a shipping box shaped like a rectangular prism. The box is 21 inches tall and has a square base with sides that each measure 6 inches. How much paper will she use? Callie will use how many inches squared of paper? All right, so it's a rectangular prism. We have the height, and the base is 6. So it's a square base, so 6 by 6. So we have 6 times 6. No, we have a 6 is the length, the width is 6, and the height is 21. All right, so this is like the birdhouse question, a similar question to the birdhouse question. And we're going to set it up just like that. So we have a 6 by 6 base, and we have 2 of those. We have 2 of those. So that's 72. And then we have now a 6 by 21. We have 4 of those. 6 times 21 times 4, because I'm trying to see if I have something offhand without moving. Okay, I do. Look, I have my magic box. So pretend this is 6 by 6, and then this is 6 by 21. So you have 6 by 21, 6 by 21, and this is the 6 by 6, and that's a 6 by 6. So imagine that, if that helps. That's a magic box there, because I'm also a magician. I'll show it to you later. So 6 times 21 times 2. No, times another 2, because there's 4 sides. So 6 times 21 times 4 is 504. And we do 504 plus 72, 576 inches squared. Okay, and one more, and we will be home free. What is the surface area of a rectangular prism with a height of 4, a length of 5.4, and a width of 3.9? So we're going to follow the formula. Remember, there's a front, back. The front and back are the same. The 2 sides are the same, and the top and bottom are the same. So the length times the height is the front. So 4 times 5.4. And we have 2 of those. We're going to figure out what that is. And then we have 4 times 3.9. Notice I put the 4 with the 5.4 and the 4 with the 3.9. We have 2 of those. And now the 5.4 has to go with the 3.9. So not 4. 5.4 times 3.9 times 2. Let's figure out what that is, and then we'll add them all up. And now I'm adding them up. And we get 116 and 52 hundredths meters squared. Let's see if that's right to finish this off. Yeah, so looks like we did it, guys. Thanks. Like and subscribe, and we can do our homework together every single day. I'm going to make one for every Envision assignment. I might even make them for the 7th grade one if this helps you. All right, guys. See you later.